Yeah, it's better than it was, but we're still way behind on mountain snow.
So we have Mark coming on. Morning, Mark.
I've been on mute. Good morning. There you go.
Doing well, yeah. And Dean, I see we have a guest joining us.
Yes,
behind you there.
we're in the background here. So
Hey, happy birthday a couple weeks ago.
Hey.
So
Well, I think we're just waiting on Al, but I don't know if the rest of you have heard that Jeff Raybould and Brian Patton are at the legislature right now with Matt. JFAC is reviewing our department's budget. So I don't think they're going to make it for this meeting. So I'm going to go ahead and sit in on behalf of Brian, and Joanna is going to chair the meeting.
It'll be a quick meeting.
Yeah.
Brian, quick update for you on Anderson Ranch. The 60% costs and designs are probably going to be pushed out a couple of weeks. So Jennifer's still going to reach out to you all to try and schedule a work group meeting to discuss that, but we may end up having to postpone that meeting until after the March board meeting. But we'll have more to tell you in a couple of weeks. They're just working through things right now.
Okay, I'm predicting that it's going down. Am I going to be wrong?
I'm going to try and stay in your camp. I'm going to remain optimistic.
Okay.
On the other hand, I think I am losing the pool, the office pool that we have regarding the amount of recharge we get in the ESPA this year. So maybe.
So are you too low or are you too high?
I'm too high. I'm the optimist, I think.
You know, they got 25 inches at Targhee over the past 2 days. So we're gaining.
Well, it's 10:01. Joanne, I haven't heard from Al myself. I don't see him on. We can either wait or we can proceed if you'd like.
Why don't we go ahead and proceed?
Okay.
By the time we get the roll call done, maybe he'll jump on.
Okay, looks like Jennifer's reviewing an email, but yeah, we can go ahead and get started. So thank you all for joining us in the special board meeting. We have a one agenda topic today, or one agenda meeting today. And as I mentioned earlier, I'll be helping to facilitate the meeting on behalf of Brian Patton, and board member Cole-Hansen will be chairing the meeting today. Chairman Raybould is visiting with the legislature right now. So with that, we can kick off the meeting. The first agenda item is Priest Lake, well, roll call, excuse me. I'll step back and let Jennifer handle roll call.
Okay, Mr. Barker is absent, but says he's on his way. Chair Cole-Hansen.
Here.
Mr. Gibbs.
here.
Mr. McMahon.
Here.
Mr. Olmstead.
Here.
Mr. Stevenson.
here.
Mr. Van Stone.
Here.
And Chairman Raybould is absent.
All right. We can move forward to the next agenda item if you'd like.
Slowly.
Okay, that is the Priest Lake Outlet Dam Modification Project, and we have Mike Morrison here to walk the board through that discussion item.
So Ms. Cole-Hansen, board members, Ms. Clark, I will mosey on through this here. But the Priest Lake Outlet Dam Improvements Project is almost complete. All major work is complete, and we have removed the crane and other major construction equipment from the site. The contractor is currently completing Gate 5 welds and placing armor stone against the north dam apron. After that, the effort will be directed at restoring the river channel, riverbank, and adjacent landowner properties to their original condition. Next week, our new engineer, Dylan Weimer, and I are headed to Priest Lake to inspect the site and meet with the contractor to develop a punch work work needed to close out the project. So we are getting very close. With that said, I'm going to start with a small apology for this meeting. At the January 19th board meeting, I indicated that at March's meeting, I would be requesting additional money to cover the cost of repairing an unexpectedly large void beneath the dam, a damaged apron slab, and some incremental costs incurred supporting litigation efforts with our previous contractor. We're actually somewhat ahead of schedule, and the contractor has submitted invoices for completed work earlier than anticipated. Our contract requires us to render payment within 30 days, and that 30 days will arrive prior to the next board meeting. So I am back early. Today, I'm requesting that the board approve expenditure of $420,000 from the water management account. This will cover a $368,000 change order negotiated with the contractor for direct costs and delayed costs incurred repairing the void and repairing the defective dam apron. It also includes $49,032 for an amendment to the Mott McDonald contract to cover the cost of inspections, geotechnical investigations, and engineering services not contemplated by the current contract. It also covers the incremental costs of Mott McDonald's litigation support for the board. I should note that our contract with North Bank includes a $100,000 limit on the cost of change orders that can be approved by the board's executive manager, Brian Patton. So I am also requesting that the board authorize its executive manager, Brian Patton, to sign for the full $367,714.17 change order with North Bank. With that, I will field any questions you've got.
Okay, board members, this is our chance to ask Mike. We've got his full attention on any of the questions or any questions you might have regarding Priest Lake. Does anyone wish to see the pictures of the hole underneath the dam?
Are there two pictures from the last ones we saw at the board meeting?
Yes, we did. Okay. All right. We were just, welcome Al. We were just talking, Mike just gave a brief report on the additional monies needed to fix the big hole underneath the dam and to do the litigation.
That's a euphemism, right? The big hole under the dam.
Yes, it is.
Ms. Cole-Hansen, Mr. Barker, yeah, we have other terms for it, but I ought not bring those up here.
Yeah.
All right. So you may proceed, Mike, if you want to go.
Sorry for late. Sorry for being late, Madam Chair.
None of those terms are coffin, are they, Mike?
Mr. Olmstead, could you say that again, please?
Is one of those terms a coffin?
That one is new to us. No, they're unique engineering terms that we won't say here.
Okay.
I think Carlsbad Caverns came to mind once.
I've been there.
Well, and we've got one up at Priest Lake that's a new attraction. Actually, we filled it in, so we don't have it anymore.
All right. So do we have a resolution to consider?
Yeah, so we've got the resolution here, and let's see. For the most part, most of this information was presented at the March meeting, and I've just reviewed it again. The things that we're asking for are to cover the incremental costs of change orders that I described at our January board meeting. We've got $367,700 or $367,714.17 for North Bank. And that will cover the cost of all work not covered by the current contract. And then the other portion is a little over $49,000 to cover costs from Mott McDonald. They had to go in and take a look and make sure that the dam would be stable. We did some modeling work to make sure that the dam didn't crack, and to make sure that the pressure differential caused by pumping grout underneath it in order to fix it wouldn't pop it. And we had geotechnical engineers on site that we had to send up. And so those were costs that were above and beyond what was in the current Mott contract. So that's at $49,032 on the, and then as I indicated before, the contract itself actually has a little note that says that the Brian Patton, it actually mentions it by name, can only sign change orders up to $100,000. And we would like to authorize him to sign the full amount of the change order with North Bank.
All right, are there any questions over the resolution? I have one additional question. When you do the punch list review, is there a chance that something else might come up?
Ms. Cole-Hansen, within the degree of certainty that I can ascribe to this particular project, this will cover everything.
And Madam Chair, I assume that these costs will be part of our claim.
Madam Chair, Mr. Barker, I'll start that question and Mike can follow up. The question, Mike, is whether these costs will be attributable to our damages claim. And I believe he can speak to how we have been breaking out the various costs.
So, Madam Chair, Mr. Barker, exactly what costs we're including in the claim and not is something that I haven't been discussing with counsel at this point. But I have no reason to believe that all of these costs could not be covered in our claim. We have broken the costs into some pieces which are directly ascribed to the litigation effort. That is, what costs, and that was in a change order we discussed last board meeting. We've broken that out into direct litigation costs and then everything else. But these costs were all incurred to repair damage left by the previous contractor. So these all should be able to roll up in that.
Yeah, I'm not saying necessarily that they're recoverable. That we are considering them for inclusion in the claim. So
yes, sir, that is correct.
Any more questions?
Madam Chair, I would move to approve the resolution in authorizing the increase payments.
I'll second.
Go ahead, Dean.
I'll second.
All right, thank you. It's been moved in second. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, let's do a roll call vote.
Okay, Mr. Barker,
Aye.
Ms. Cole-Hansen,
Aye.
Mr. Gibbs,
Aye.
Mr. McMahon,
Aye.
Mr. Olmstead,
Aye.
Mr. Stevenson,
Aye.
Mr. Van Stone,
Aye.
and Chairman Raybould.
Aye.
We should mention that we have two people joined us. So Brian Patton and Chairman Raybould are now with us in the meeting. And I don't know if you want to comment on other items for discussion.
Yeah, board members and others. We just came from a JFAC committee meeting just adjourned, and all of the Department of Water Resources budget items were approved by JFAC with a due pass recommendation and sent to the floor. So all of our programs should be intact.
Excellent news.
Good work,
Excellent.
Chairman.
Yes. Do you want me to continue to chair the meeting or pass the gavel back to you?
No, I think you're doing great. Yeah, keep going.
All right, well, I think we're ready for a motion to adjourn unless somebody else has any other items they'd like to bring up. So is there a
So
motion
moved.
to adjourn? So moved.
So moved. I
And
second
is
the motion to adjourn.
Thank you, Mark. All in favor, say aye.
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 Any opposed? All right, we're adjourned.
Thank you
Thank
all.
you, Chairman.
Thank you.
Good job.